Hey, it's Vito Gesualdi here. This is the first time I've ever drafted Mirrodin block in my life, so you'll excuse me if I don't talk to you too much. I gotta read these cards. Return it from the graveyard to the battlefield and sack a creature. So it's a big old guy that anybody can block, and uh, that sounds interesting, I guess. Not that interesting. When it comes to the battlefield, exile target card from a graveyard, has protection from each of its types. That's pretty good. That sounds terrible. That's not bad. If from what I've heard of this is good, search for 2 basic lands. Ah, shit. It goes so fast. Put them in your hand. Destroy target artifact. That sounds pretty good. Tap an artifact. That's also pretty good. Okay, if from what I understand is correct, what does this do? It doesn't untap. That sounds terrible. And gain 5 life. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Shatter. I can't imagine that's completely incorrect. So that's kind of cool. Wow, that's actually really cool. Not that cool. I love Double Strike. Um, Artifact doesn't untap. Destroying equipment. I've heard that that can be good. Turn to target artifact creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Oh, well, that's just a very good. What do you call it? Shimmy Imps put into a graveyard from the battlefield. Wow, this is just impossible, huh? Isn't Bone Splinter like busted? This kind of swings for 3. +1/+0 for each artifact you control. So weird to draft a set for the first time ever. Well, I like Bone Splitter. That definitely sounds ridiculous. Though I kind of like the idea of a guy that has fear and gets creatures back. It seems like a cooler version of that because it gets any creature. I mean, that sounds awesome, but I can't really argue with the power of that guy. Okay. Seems fine. Beginning of upkeep, the player with the lowest light? No, absolutely not. A weird instant with terrible, terrible art. Oh my god, who drew this? Tony Scuzzo? Hopefully they fired you. I've heard this card is busted hot. Uh, let's see. Yeah, I heard really good things about this. Because you just kind of have it sit around and do 1,000,000 damage. Flying is good, of course. That's just a solid card. That's just terrible. Draw a card if you had no cards in hand. Yeah, that's terrible. I'm going to take Disciple and see if I can be Mr. Disciple guy. Is Isochron Scepter just worth tickets? Time to find out. Trade. Isochron. That's how you spell that, right? Isochron. Selling Isochron Scepter, 4 for 3, so it's not worth much. Very interesting, though. Name a card. Target opponent guesses whether a card with that name is in your hand. If you do, and your opponent guessed wrong, draw a card. Huh. That's very interesting. Exile target permanent. Okay, that saves guys. Target permanent. I mean, that guy's just solid, I guess. 2/1 fear is also solid. Uh, this sounds very interesting. And, I mean, it seems like it draws a card a good amount of the time. I've not seen, like, any of these cards. Exile target card from a graveyard, draw a card. I don't think that's very necessary. +1. Yeah, that's kind of cool. That's a good trick. Flash affinity for artifacts. Target creature gets +1/+0. Yeah, not that interesting. That's probably pretty good. Second artifact. Huh. Wait, to each creature without flying. So you'd have to stack a bunch of them, but then that guy's gonna die. That's kind of good. A 3/1 that destroys other guys, but could be green. That guy seems okay. Creature has trample and can't be blocked by more than one creature. Oof, that sounds kind of interesting, but I'll just take this interesting can kill guys guy. That's kind of cool. It's not as cool. I guess it makes him discard a artifact. Flash untap target artifact. Yeah, I don't think these are very interesting. Huh. Cost 7. Okay, that's bizarre. Tap target non-creature artifact, also bizarre. Huh. I wonder if I could get that through. Whenever a player casts a creature spell, they get green. Okay. Oh, that sounds terrible. Oh, I'm taking a big ol' 7 thing, I don't know why. That's kinda cool. Ooh, that sounds kinda awesome. That's not awesome. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. That's pretty good. Ah, that's one of the very good spell bombs. Well, they cantrip. But I like this mask. So I'm going to take this mask. Whenever it does combat damage to a creature, the creature's controller loses that much life. So it does 2 damage every turn if I regenerate it. Kind of sounds like it's going to eat up my mana. 4 cost flyer that gets tinier and tinier. I'm going to take another one of these weird old things. But I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay, garbage. I mean, that's good to splash. There's nothing here very interesting. Yeah. Sure. We'll be the guy that goes and finds land. Okay, so this is... Oh, that's like my flying guy that I didn't take. Target opponent puts a card from their hand. Wow, that costs 5. No thanks. And... Yeah, that guy's not that interesting. Kind of want to just be taking the artifact lands, but destroy target equipment is something that I want to do. Oh. A cloud post or something? Because I don't have cloud posts. And I like to play Pauper. That's the thing about Mirrodin. It is a huge player in the Pauper format. Because you have Disciple the Vault. I don't know if this is banned in Pauper. It might actually be. No, I think it's there's the equipment whose name Cranial Plating, I believe, is banned in Pauper. Because it is busted. But yeah, Cloud Post, all the artifact lands, all the what do you call it? The affinity guys. What is Cloud Post worth? Anything? I mean, it is a common. Another artifact creature is put in a graveyard. You may untap. Great. Okay, I'm not interested in that. I kind of just feel like flying is a fine ability. It is evasion that moves around. It sounds very good on Woebearer, for example. That's just decent. Absolutely decent. Yeah, Seething Song's another one of those commons. Mirrodin has a lot of really powerful commons. I kind of want to hate that, but who knows? Maybe this guy is... Oh, never mind. It's Mirrodin block, so I'm not going to see any more of these. Tap target non-creature artifact. I'll take Wrenchmind. I could play this. It's cheap. Yeah, this guy's selling Cloud Posts for the same. Although Cloud Post is a common. Ooh! As long as it's untapped, it's protection from all artifacts and all colors. Wow. Creature deals combat damage to a player. That player discards a card. Obviously good. So like a bad version of a Grand Arbiter from the new set. Wow, that sounds pretty good. Reap and Sow is obviously good. Oh, it's just hard to figure out. I think I want to take this Angel and force it. And abandon this kind of not great green. Because bombs are bombs. We'll see how that ends up working out. You choose one of them. If that player has more cards in hand than you, return pulse to the draws. So I keep making him discard cards. It's kind of cool. If I go white, that is a very interesting ability. Yeah. Oh, Volshock Morningstar. I'm pretty sure that Greg told me this is a first pick, and I will take his advice. Acidic Ooze gets +1/+0 for each artifact I control. A Death Touch creature. It's not a great Death Touch creature, but it is a huge blocker. And it's not that interesting. Oh, I love Whisper Silk Cloak. Jesus. That just filters. Chittering Rats is actually pretty good, too. Oh, I don't have a lot of artifacts, huh? Still, I kind of want to try this guy. He's like a big problem wall, huh? Yeah, let's take the big problem wall. And it could beat if it needs to. Hide green? No, we still don't know. We'd like to play the Angel, let's put it that way. But fear guys with big punchy equipment seems kind of cool. Could actually splash the Angel. We have Journey of Discovery. Well, that just is a 4/4. Do I have any way to gain life so far? I mean, 4/4s are big. An eventual 6/6. That's kind of cool. A 3/4 for cheaps. A cheap ass golem. Scavenging Scarab. If you're watching this and you think I'm crazy, ugh, that sounds good. That guy's like the Infect guy. I can't imagine 3/1 pro artifacts. I think I get away from white. They're not showing me any crazy white. And I kind of like that guy, but Affinity for Swamps, that is a cheap fear creature. Sack an island, can't do that, and I can't sack a mountain either. So, fuck that. Each creature you control is unblockable as long as defending player controls an artifact land. I don't think that's going to happen. Oh, this card is a bomb. I mean, it sounds like a bomb. That's kind of a combo, but I don't think we're going to do that. We're going to flash spiders into play and wreck people because of it. And maybe splash the Angel? Let's see. So I had this. I have some very high-costed stuff. And I have no acceleration. And very little removal. Always a good place to be. Well, I have acceleration in the form of deconstruct. That's kind of cool. No, it's not acceleration, though. It's just free kill an artifact. Pro artifacts is still good. Yeah, no. Well, that's actually, what, scry 1. Flip a coin if you win the flip. Put a 2/2 if you lose, destroy all permanents in 1. Yeah, no. No interest in that. I like this in a weird way, but yeah, we're gonna take the pro artifact guy. Definitely white is not something that's coming to us. Charge land, huh? Oh no. I thought it did more. Yeah, we'll be the Reap and Sow guys. It fits into my plan to maybe get Pristine Angel on the board. Another Dross Golem, I like that. Though we do need cheap artifacts if we're gonna make it work. Oh, never mind. I'm taking an Essence Drain. That card is great. Why is it still in the pack, honestly? that too much, what I'm doing there? Our player loses 1 life. The wolf's interesting, but I kind of like that plan to be able to, because now I have 3 ways to, I could play like 3 planes and still get the angel out. I don't know, I was reaping so bad. It sounds good on paper, but yeah, it's not good. No, this is an artifact. I kind of want to bring my artifact count up, right? Yeah, that seems very slow. Then if that player has more cards in hand, you... Yeah, to make them discard 1 card at a time? No thanks. That would help me splash the white. Sure. Okay, so my artifact count sucks. Let's beat people to death with these things. Is this not busted hot? Because it seems busted hot in this set. Yeah, people are... Player casts an artifact spell. Yeah, that's terrible. That's also terrible. These are all terrible. Well, in case somebody was trying to pick up cheap artifacts for some reason. Come on, dumb bomb. This is ridiculous for 7. Magic sure has gotten a lot faster. Yeah. What does this do? Artifact creature spells. Yeah. Okay. No, we're not doing that. Destroy an artifact scry too. Can I really argue with that? That's kind of cool. Yeah, I think the Tel'Jallad Justice is definitely better than most of the other things I'm looking at. Ooh, if I had more artifacts, that card would be busted. Move to whatever's, and it gets +4/+4. Okay. Well, I'm not playing. Actually, I'm probably the one person at the table who's in a position to play Sunburst, but I really have no interest. I don't know, maybe I see a crazy ass Sunburst card. Sunburst. Is that good? It costs 7. How slow is this set? Or becomes unattached, sack that permanent. Well, whatever. Solid flyer. Sunburst flyer. It's gonna be like a 3/3. Man, it is hard to judge these cards. Yeah, this is gonna be like a 4/4. That's not bad. 7 costs 4/4, right? But this just makes everything a problem. Or it makes the thing I put it on a problem, but then that thing beats like a champ. But I have 2 Tel'Jallad Outrider that can't have it on it. Is there anything else I really want? Kind of like the Imp a lot. I have Fear Guys. I want to make them the most ridiculous Fear Guys ever. Stupid. Wow. I know that card's good. That's very interesting. Very bad. Interesting. Put it on the battlefield tapped. That's not terrible. It's a little bit of acceleration. Yeah, I like this acceleration plan. So let's do that. Beacon of Awesome. Oof. Wow. Okay, that is confusing. That's not great. Isn't this good? It's a death touch creature. That's very good, actually. This guy. Miss Servitor is on the battlefield. No. Skull Cage, not cool. Let's put into a graveyard from the battlefield. You gain 3 life. I kind of like this death touch creature, but it's going to block unless I put Morningstar on it. Would I rather fill with Fright? Yeah, this sounds pretty good. Yeah. Well, apparently people don't like this card. Gender Creature Shroud, okay. And people apparently don't like this card either. I don't think these cards are that bad. Am I reading them wrong? Do I want another one of these? Yeah, why not? Why not just beat in people's heads? That sounds kind of okay. That is very cool. And that is acceleration, which I want to do. This is -1/-1? Wow. Defender blocks each turn if able. That is very interesting card design. Yeah, let's take the prism. That's kind of cool. Although, I now have so much acceleration, I kind of want a big dumb thing. Avarice Totem and target non-land permanent. So, oh, they just keep doing it back and forth. That is annoying. Whenever enchanted land is tapped for mana, its controller adds 2 mana. Okay, I don't need any more acceleration, I don't think. Being able to move that around is very sexy. I'm going to take a risk. I kind of wanted the big guy, but I'm hoping I'm going to see one more big dumb thing before this is over. Nope, there's another Horned Helm. Now I feel stupid. I don't know. I kind of want to take this. Like, I feel like I could almost make it a 5/5. Because I have that, I have that. If anything, it's like a 3/3. At worst, it's a 2/2. I mean, I really like the Prism. Like, a lot. But, yeah. Second artifact. And put 1 target card from your graveyard on the bottom of your library. Draw a card. Oh, sacrifice it. I thought that did that every turn. Yeah, let's make this thing happen. I can make that huge, right? Taking a condescend for myself. This is going to be a weird deck. I mean, because these Mirror Land Shapers are bad. Top card of his library revealed. Weird old thing. Ah, sorcery. Thank God. People do not like this. I guess I can understand why. Well, if somebody's trying to spin Mirror Servitors, no reason to let that happen. I'm probably very low on creatures. Just damage target attacking creature equal number of equipment you control. Don't really want... Wow, both of these are annoying. I've already passed him Stealth Suit and he passed up on it. Okay. So, my deck... Is it garbage? I can't tell. Might be garbage. I definitely took a lot of acceleration and not a lot of beady creatures, so I'm kind of worried. Though, I guess we'll see. We do have some pretty interesting cards. I feel like this is good. Yeah. Is that an instant? No. Well, even so. Wrench Mind's a little tougher to justify. I'd like to make this guy work. I mean, if he's a 3/5, he's just going to beat people in the head. I feel like he mained this card. Yeah, there's so much of that going on. Obviously, Destroy Target Artifact is good, and Destroy Target Artifact is good. As is these land weird things. Big Dumb Spider, and maybe this? Oh, I have too many playables, huh? And we really want to make the Angel work. And I don't think that's very unreasonable. Pay 2, name a card. Target opponent guesses whether a card with that name is in your hand. You may reveal your hand. So they see your hand every turn. I don't like that anymore. Creature is flying. Yeah, it's possible, but my creature count is low, and they all have fear anyway. Bobble, sure. Helm, yeah. Mask, right. Prism. Morningstar, War Gear. Replica. Sunburst guy. Affinity for swamps. Big dumb sunburst thing. Okay. This is a mess. Cards that tap for colors. Or find me colors. Six cards just to find land. We can cut down on that. The only thing we're splashing for now is Angel, and maybe the Sunburst guys, which seem fine if they come into play with 3 counters. So, we want this to be a 3-color deck. Acolyte is the least sexy of them, because it doesn't actually accelerate at all. So we can cut that. Everything else, leave it alone. Turn to Dust, I think we can leave you in the sideboard. Don't need to have 2 Grafted War Gear. In fact, I think I have too much equipment as it is. Because it's Morningstar, I don't think I would cut Mask, right? No, Mask seems busted. +1/+1 and trample. I can move around wherever I want it to. That's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, this is just... Well, it's an enchantment that if they deal with the guy, I can move it around. I really like this, though. Like, it really seems good to me. I don't know. This guy doesn't seem that sexy. Let's hit the battlefield. Put a bunch of counters on whoever. I mean, it's interesting, but if anything, it's a 5/5. Is there anything else I'd rather cut? What's my artifact count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I don't think that's enough to run that guy. Alright, what else? If that guy comes down as a 3/3, I'd be happy. Obviously, 3/1s for 3 are always good. Maybe I cut Mask of Memory, but it seems like a solid card. All of these seem like solid cards. What do I think about this guy? Comes down as a 4/4 that... Well, it's a 6-cost 4/4. Do I have better things than that? My creature count is low. I think I, like, have to run him. Same for this guy, you know? I have a very low creature count. Well, that seems great, but... Alright, we gotta cut a piece of equipment. I'm making the call that I like Crafted War Gear. I like Horned Helmet. I like... Oh, but Volshok Morningstar is the busted one. Mask of Memory. Draw 2 cards, then discard a card. Jesus Christ, that's busted. And with Trample, it's like a good combination, too. Yeah, who am I going to put this on? My Fear guy? Yeah, Pro Artifacts. I have to cut some of these. That's just better than that. So we know that. Mask of Memory is busted hot. And this can move around. Attach it to target creature you control. Is that good? All of a sudden, hey, this guy's got +1/+1 instead of that one. It's too tricky for me. How's that? Okay, so I have a million cards that go get me more land. If I run 15, how screwed am I? I mean, that thins the deck, so... yeah. One more cut, one more cut. One more cut. Jesus. No creatures, we have to keep the creatures. So, non-creature cards, or what? A lot of artifact destruction. Maybe I cut another one of these. 2 basic land. Maybe it's a reap and sow. Yeah, I didn't end up having that much whatever, and I'd rather do both. Okay, that seems fine. Do I run this? What involves artifacts? Not that. Affinity for swamps. Yeah, so no reason to run that I can see. Suggest. That is just completely wrong. So we're just gonna run 2 planes because we can find them, or have, you know, white coming off that. Okay, so that can go up 1, and 8/6/2. Yeah, because we have plenty of ways to go find black. Cool. Then again, we have like, I don't know. I have no idea. This is probably going to be a mess, but we will definitely find out. See ya in round 1.